Uh-huh. Article number 4 of the United States Constitution? Yes. Uh-huh. The full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts. Yes. The states of the United States, Section 1. Yeah. And records and judicial proceedings of every other state. Mhm. And the Congress may by general laws prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be proved, and the effect thereof. Oh. Now, these acts, public acts, yes, records and judicial proceedings of every other state, yes. I started a relationship with the world because I wanted them to know. That means every person in every nation of the world. Because when I informed law enforcement of my rights being violated, instead of enforcing the civil rights of myself and my family, they decided to arrest me. And then when I asked them to admit the evidence that I wasn't in swim, they decided that I had to have a mental health evaluation. And then when they did that, they decided, yes, that I was going to have a designated mental health professional. So that when they decided they could obligate me to have to admit myself, yes, for mental health evaluation so that they could prescribe psychotropic or psychotic medication. Yeah. And if I didn't, they would put me in jail. Now, for every state of the United States, yes. For those that are oaths, let's say you're a mayor of a small town in any town of the United States and you happen to have my documentation on your server, yes. Yesterday we were looking for encryption technology. Today I'm wanting to know every oath of office that thought, well, this relationship only lasts 4 years. That sworn oath, yes. Well, you said, yes, you would support and defend, yes, the laws of your individual states, yes, the Constitution of your individual states, yes, and the Constitution of the United States of America. And you would do that to the best of your ability. See, when you wanted to be elected to office, yes, it's kind of like wanting the sex without the baby. Yes. When you decided you were going to be an oath of office, yes, you like the idea of the sexualization of being in office, yes, but you didn't want the responsibility of parenting. Well, these oaths that I've been emailing, yes. Uh-huh. We're going to look at what the United States has allowed to have happen. Yes. And then I'm going to go through every computer of every oath of office for the last 40 years that said when I was no longer in office, I'm no longer liable for my sworn oath. We have a parenting problem in the United States. Yes. A lot of people like being in office. Yes. But when it comes to the actual records, judicial proceedings, and acts of the other states, yes, for some reason they don't feel an obligation. We have a parenting problem in politics. Now, I'm going to find every oath of office of this nation that had sworn and had subscribed, yes, that they would support and defend the laws and they would support and defend their individual constitutions, yes, and they would support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Now, yesterday, while reading the laws of the state of Washington, yes, I thought it was best to not continue reading, yes, because as a citizen of the United States, yes, the judicial proceedings that took place in Washington state, yes, where I wasn't given notice of the dissolution of marriage, right. The United Nations marriage certificate, there was no jurisdiction to dissolve the marriage, yes. And then there's this idea of taking custody of children because my spouse said that I was crazy, yes. And then there's the issuance of all those protection orders for the last 8 years, and then there's this idea that the laws of the state of Washington, yes, mhm, are actually, well, the full faith and credit of the United States shall be given to it. Yes. In each state, the public acts, the false arrest, false imprisonment, yes, and then this fraudulent introduction of a new relationship. Now, for every now, somebody decided to go the way of we did not see. Why don't you get me the servers of every sworn oath of office of the United States? Yes, both the state employees as well as the federal employees that they said they would not have any allegiance to any other form of government. Yes, and that they would not, what was it, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. See, you like the sex of being in office, but you never considered the responsibility of parenting. Now, for all of those that wanted to volunteer, yes, butterfly kisses. It's one thing to do the interview, yes, in your panties, yes. It's another thing for me to explain, well, if we do this informed consent, we'll probably end up having a baby, yes. And then we will have a relationship for the rest of our lives. Hmm. The sexiness, pooch, is not the parenting, is it? Now I'm gonna want to know today.